Now on CoastTV News.
Protecting the Mispillion Bridge with clankers. How this simple installation could save Milford time, money, and headaches.
Back to the drawing board after plans for a month-long rental minimum was voted down in Ocean City. A new, shorter plan could be put in its place.
Costs keep rising. The new Rehoboth Beach Patrol station over budget. Why it's up and what's next for the project.
This is CoastTV News at 6.
Rentals in Ocean City once again drawing attention. Good evening. I'm Madeline Overturf.
And I'm Charlie Sakaitis. Welcome to our News at 6. We begin tonight with R1 rentals, better known as residential areas, possibly getting some updated rental rules.
Sometimes a loud public voice leads to a quick decision from lawmakers, and this week's Ocean City Council meeting had debates of the idea of a 31-day minimum stay for renters in certain neighborhoods, but that was quickly rejected after that massive public outcry. Coast TV News reporter Kevin Zappe is in Ocean City. And Kevin, tell us what's on the table now.
Maddie, now that the month-long minimum length of stay is officially out the window, the Ocean City Council will now be discussing whether or not to add a week-long minimum length of stay for these R1 areas. Airbnbs in Ocean City are becoming more common. There are nearly 9,000 rentals in town. But if you're looking to roll your suitcase up to a rental in a residential or what's called an R1 area, you may have to block your calendar off for a whole week. While that's a lot shorter than a recent month-long proposal that was shot down, it's still something Ocean City realtor Terry Miller says will be a problem.
The new average stay in America is 3.41 days. So now saying that you have to stay 5 or 7 days is going to eliminate a lot of rentals.
According to some Ocean City Council members, the reason they want to add a minimum length of stay to those R1 areas is to make sure that those homes don't become 24/7 rentals. According to Miller, there are more year-round property owners than in the past, and Miller believes people rent out their home to bring in some more cash.
Most of them want to be able to offset the high costs of having a property in Ocean City. And then when they're able to afford to not have to rent, they don't.
But some owners need that rental income to make their finances work. Others choose to do it for a little extra cash. And that's where you see a sharp divide between year-round residents and those who rent out homes for part of or all of the year. With the longer month option now out the window, the council will soon have to decide how to move forward on this week-long proposal. The Ocean City Council will discuss these proposals during the next work session, and from there, they'll decide whether to push it to a first reading or to throw it out altogether. I'm Kevin Zappe, live in Ocean City, Coast TV News.
Other regulations the council is considering are adding the occupancy limit, right? It would be 2 people per bedroom, excluding children 10 years or younger. Now, that will also be discussed at a future meeting.
This brings us right into our Coast TV poll for the evening. We want to know, what is the ideal minimum stay for R1 rentals?
Let's take a look at the updated results from last news hour. Take a look at your screen and you can see still a majority say 7 days. 31% though say 2 days. No minimum has 11%, 5% say 5 days, and 2% say 2 weeks.
And if you haven't voted in this, it's easy to do. Just go to coasttv.com or use the Coast TV mobile app. We're going to show you updated results on Coast TV News at 11. The town of Millsboro has asked DelDOT to pursue traffic safety measures. DelDOT's C.R. McLeod shared with Coast TV a traffic signal will go at the intersection of Route 24 and Plantation Lakes. But they're also looking at lowering speed limits.
We've actually met with the town this week and have asked for some additional data and information that will allow our traffic engineers to really evaluate that request and look at what would be the most effective speed in that general area.
DelDOT says designs for that intersection are in progress, but there is no set timeline for a traffic signal to be up, though they say it will be up by 2025.
And speaking of DelDOT, amid this brutal winter weather, they have some reminders for drivers. As temperatures drop, tire pressure does. So DelDOT, make sure your tires are filled. Have a mechanic check your battery. Think about using rubber floor mats. And make sure you keep an emergency kit in your car in case it breaks down. Speaking of the weather, let's go ahead and take a live look outside into Lewis. A beautiful view on the canal, but what you don't see is just how cold it is. As we turn it over to our first alert, Chief Meteorologist Paul Williams with a look at our forecast.
Well, you might not see it, but you surely can feel it. In fact, we've been feeling it quite a bit. I want to do some homework for you here. But we're looking at, for example, where you see the light blue slightly below the norm, 5 to 3 degrees below. Then the darker blue indicating, hey, as much as 16 degrees below the norm for this time of the year. Guess what? Since the beginning of the new year, we've had a streak of crazy cold weather that has been unrelenting, except for maybe one day here, 47 degrees. And we're going to get a brief break over this weekend. However, even with that brief little break will come even more in the way of crazy cold weather that's going to immediately follow behind all of this, because temperatures are just not going to be friendly at all. They'll be quite hostile, to be quite honest. We're in the 20s right now. This is about as friendly as it's going to get. 27 Milton, 27 Rehoboth, Del Mar, and in Salisbury. However, it feels like 22 in Redden. It feels like 21 in Ocean City, and it's going to get progressively cooler. We're clear for right now, but it's not the precipitation or the threat thereof this weekend that's going to be your biggest concern. The temperature dropping crazy, that should be priority number one as we go into next week. We'll talk about that in your full forecast. Till then, back to you.
Thank you, Paul. There's a chance to give blood this weekend at Movies at Midway. All donors Saturday will receive a free movie ticket. The blood bank says that the winter months can be tough for donations.
New crosswalks and bigger sidewalks. Those are just two of the possibilities in Ocean City's future. The goal is to keep people safer crossing Coastal Highway, which you see from our Coast Copter here. We spoke with some of the business owners along this strip who think that's a good idea.
You know, the people come to walk from the ocean, and then they come here they need to be careful because it's like a two-way here, many traffic, a lot.
A lot of traffic for sure, and that was the result of a public workshop held by the Maryland State Highway Administration.
Happening in about 30 minutes, a project for 90 townhomes is set to go back in front of the Lewis Planning Commission. Developers want to build 90 townhomes plus amenities off Savannah Road called Overfall Preserve. Now, this is footage from last November when there were multiple hearings about it. We will have the full story tonight on Coast TV News at 11.
The highly contagious bird flu continues to spread on Delmarva. The Maryland Department of Agriculture says now bird flu was detected at a broiler farm in Queen Anne's County, and that announcement comes 4 days after the virus was detected at a commercial poultry operation in Caroline County. That's Maryland. Let's go to Delaware, where 2 Kent County commercial operations also have bird flu. The Delmarva Chicken Association says farmers need to limit people and animals on their farms and disinfect anything that comes into contact with flocks.
It's just, again, really important to practice those biosecurity measures to make sure that that line of separation is really the key. And I know folks are doing it. We're just asking them to do it even more during this time frame right now.
Now, some farmers say they have not seen the bird flu spread this quickly in the past.
Governor Wes Moore says most Marylanders will see a tax cut under his proposed budget plan, but some will have a tax hike. Moore says 2/3 of Marylanders would see an average tax cut of $173. Meanwhile, those making more than $500,000 a year would pay more in taxes. The governor also says he wants to expand the child tax credit, lower the corporate tax rate, and eliminate the inheritance tax. However, those who gamble and those who buy marijuana, they would shell out more money with a 15% tax hike on sports wagering and a 5% jump in table taxes. Meanwhile, taxes on cannabis, that would go from 9 to 15%.
I propose $128 million in new targeted and strategic investments towards specific areas that will strengthen our competitiveness. Areas like quantum and cyber and life sciences and aerospace and defense tech.
Moore's proposed budget also includes $2 billion in spending cuts that would impact the disabled education and child care scholarships.
You might notice something different driving into Milford, specifically the Mispillion Bridge. Coast TV News reporter Emma Aiken joins us live there. Emma, a new system for some drivers is in the works.
Maddie, we're driving towards what DelDOT calls clankers. Take a look at this, if you can see here. They're these bright orange boat buoys, and their purpose is to prevent the bridge from being hit by trucks that are too tall. DelDOT came up with the system after the bridge had multiple instances of being hit and needing repairs, which caused delays and closures on the road. The buoys hang down at just about the same height as the bridge, so they will audibly warn any drivers that would be too tall to fit under the bridge.
I feel a lot better that they're up because without them, it was an issue. You know, there was a lot of drivers that didn't know how tall or how much capacity they could fit through there. So I feel like it's a lot better for our community and everybody who lives in Milford as well.
DelDOT says the clanker system is already successfully in the works across the state. And for here in Milford, the next thing is just adding some new signs in the next month or two. Back to you guys.
All right, thank you, Emma, and we have even more news to get to this evening.
We do. Lewis Polar Bear Plunge. It's coming up. Mark your calendars, what it benefits, and details on the activities.
And here's a look at our expectations. We're looking for the rest of the evening that's going to drop into the teens. And then the cold is going to kick in as the coldest air mass we've ever seen this season begins to roll on in.
But first, the countdown is on for the new Rehoboth Beach Patrol Station. How much more it's going to cost, though? We're back in just 60 seconds.
Hail damages? Call Morse Roofing and Siding.
In 1925, a simple bank ledger began journaling the transactions of life in Willards, Maryland. New houses, barns, and farm equipment. Growing families and businesses both big and small. A record through time of hardship and prosperity. 100 years ago, the founding of the Farmers Bank of Willards was vital to the town. 100 years later, banking has changed, but the Farmers Bank remains steadfast in its original mission, keeping and reinvesting millions of dollars right here for the benefit of our communities.
Hail damages? Call Morse Roofing and Siding.
This is Coast TV News at 6.
You are looking at crews working on the future Rehoboth Beach Patrol Station.
We've been covering the ongoing construction. Now the contractor has released new budget numbers. Coast TV News reporter Brandon Ferguson shows us when it's going to be done.
The Rehoboth Beach Patrol Station looks like this now, but in May, the contractor said it will look like this. Rehoboth Beach local Rick Say has seen the progress over the years.
I think it's great. I think they really need it. You see all the people out here to do the work, and they need a good place to do their thing.
While the construction is on schedule, the budget is not. According to city documents, the contractor's original budget was $4.8 million. Now the current total sits at $5.6 million. Carol Ritter can't wait to see the station in action.
It's going to make it safer here. It'll be easier to identify because right now, I don't know if you get hurt, you know exactly where to go, maybe to a lifeguard station.
Next week, there will be a topping off ceremony. That's where city staff, commissioners, and Beach Patrol alumni all get a chance to sign a part of the new building. In Rehoboth Beach, Brandon Ferguson, Coast TV News.
Here's a look at your weather storyline. We're watching out tomorrow for cold situation, possible snow shower briefly. Over the weekend, a bit milder, temperatures in the 40s with a chance of showers. But then what follows after the weekend is what you want to stick around, and you don't want to miss this forecast.
NBC Nightly News, weeknights at 6:30 on Coast TV.
Don't miss the in-store warehouse clearance sale at Johnny Janosic. Get up to 70% off store-wide, plus take an extra 10% off everything. And get no interest till 2027 for a limited time only at Johnny Janosic.
Join Club Ocean at Ocean Downs and get $20 free play guaranteed. We ship you not. Then use your card every time you play to earn more rewards. Ocean Downs Casino, where the fun shines.
Sometimes quitting seems impossible until the day you wake up tobacco-free, and all it took to get there was a visit to quitsupport.com. They have people who know what it's like and who know how to help. Just reach out. With a network of support, you'll be 3 times more likely to quit for good. You got this.
There's only one place to go for your next vehicle. IG Burton. Trusted since 1908. For our expert team, massive selection, and our unbeatable prices. You simply won't find a better deal anywhere else. But it's not just about unbeatable prices. It's about superior service before, during, and after each sale, too. Visit us today. And remember,
nobody beats a Burton deal. Nobody.
Nobody beats an IG Burton deal.
I would never forget the picture that I have. I'm the only one that's not smiling. Even though I'm with my close friends, I felt alone. I didn't feel pretty. I didn't feel confident. When I got Invisalign, I built my confidence. It was the best investment that I could do.
Rise, 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 and thrive. No pizza.
Join Club Ocean at Ocean Downs and get $20 free play guaranteed. We ship you not. Then use your card every time you play to earn more rewards. Ocean Downs Casino, where the fun shines.
Johnny Janosic knows that home is where family memories are made. Family owned and operated for over 70 years. We offer the best brands of furniture and mattresses at the guaranteed lowest prices. Experience the difference at Johnny Janosic.
Hi, I'm Bill Whaley, inventor of the porch protection system. I want to talk a little bit about the extra space that can be created with the porch protection system. You can use that extra space for exercise equipment, pets, children, fireplaces. It's all marine grade materials. They're really easy to roll up and down. It also holds heat and air conditioning equally well. Start creating that extra space at your house today.
Call or visit porchprotection.com for your free quote.
Coast TV First Alert Weather. Your safety, our commitment.
The beauty about the forecast is the great deal of sunshine we're going to enjoy. The not so great part could be the fact that it's going to get cold, and then it's going to get even colder than where we are right now, although now it's cold enough, as we go into next week. So we'll just go ahead and just kind of work our way through this whole thing and show you the entire array of beauty and bumps of the forecast. Our Irish Eyes camera in Lewis, we're at 27 degrees with the winds at about 8 miles per hour. We're looking to stay in the 20s with mostly clear skies. Temperatures right now, well, to be above freezing would be a premium right now, and it's one that none of us is able to pay at this point. We're at 27 degrees in places like Del Mar, Salisbury, Seaford, Milton, and in Rehoboth Beach. Freezing spray advisory is in effect until Thursday morning, meaning that as water is pushed along, let's say, bridge areas or anything like that, anywhere close to water, it's going to freeze immediately, causing a coating of ice to occur. In addition to that, which also exasperates this concern, we have very blustery conditions. We have at least a small craft advisory in effect from Ocean City all the way down towards Chincoteague, watching out for about 25-mile-per-hour winds, and the same holds true for us throughout the entire Chesapeake Bay area, also inclusive of the immediate Cambridge area, watching out for 25-mile-per-hour wind gusts. A bit of a trough just to our west, high pressure dominating throughout the Ohio Valley region. So we're going to have, once again, access to a wonderful pocket of Arctic air. You see, I'm trying to put a positive spin on that, right? Anyway, but overnight lows will drop into the teens, courtesy of that pocket of Arctic air. We'll feel like 19 along the beach, 14 as you go inland. So when you take a look at the wind chills, it's really dependent upon just how breezy we'll become. Relatively light winds for us in the early morning hours, but then it picks up momentum. But fortunately, the temperatures go up as well in the 30s, but we'll still feel like the 20s all day long. A breakdown, we're anticipating increasing cloud cover by noon. We'll also have increasing winds by 2 o'clock, but temperatures in the 30s. Highs for tomorrow, generally speaking, for the entire Delmarva Peninsula, as far as Cambridge is concerned and all that. Winds are going to start shifting directions out of the southwest. That's going to help provide at least a little bit of relief because it won't be that cold, cutting, dry air. But Thursday morning, we wake up to 6, 7, 8 degrees for the wind chill factor. That's what it's going to feel like. By Friday morning, it's going to feel a lot better. Imagine me saying this, and if everything's in context, it will feel like 21 degrees Friday morning and that will feel better. Take a look at our temperature trend. We're going to start trending downward as we go into next week, because next week is going to be something serious. By the way, we're going to be gaining more sunlight, by the way, as we move along, particularly by the time we get to February. So we're not getting more in the way of sunlight, so we can start maybe climbing out of this cellar, but it's going to take a couple of 3 to 4 weeks, because we're looking for the temperatures to stay definitely on that side, and Arctic air staying in full effect for us with sub-zero temperatures. So tonight 14, 36 for tomorrow, 42 for Friday, and here's a look at your extended forecast, dropping to single digits next week.
Thank you, Paul. Get ready for the Lewis Polar Bear Plunge, benefiting Special Olympics Delaware on Sunday, February 2nd at 1 p.m. Now, even though it is the Lewis Plunge, it's going to happen at Rehoboth Beach. What you see on your screen now is a past plunge in 5K. This year marks the 34th plunge, which has raised over $17 million for athletes with intellectual disabilities since it started in 1992. The event includes a weekend of fun activities like a 5K run, sand sculpting, and the big plunge on Sunday.
An East Millsboro teacher wins a big award. Jason Orlin, a teacher at East Millsboro, was named the recipient of the Presidential Award for Excellence in Math and Science.
And just like that, the holidays are over. The Rehoboth Christmas tree got taken down today here. You can see the tree in pieces. As the tree gets taken down, we're going to see it again next year.
It's kind of sad, but it's time. It's also time for Sunday night football. Well, Sunday afternoon football. Watch the LA Rams take on the Eagles. Coverage begins at 2 p.m.
Delmarva Sports Network from the Wawa Studios.
Good evening, sports fans. Smyrna football wide receiver Phoenix Henriquez is heading to the Atlantic Coast Conference in fall 2026 with a D1 commitment to Syracuse University. After helping the Eagles to a District 3A title this past season and the 2022 Delaware D1 State Championship. As a junior this year, Henriquez added first team all-district and all-class first team for the state to his accolades. To junior college basketball tonight, a first for Delmarva Sports Network. As we broadcast Chesapeake College basketball taking on Cecil College at 7 p.m., the Skipjacks of Chesapeake are hoping to extend their win streak to 9 straight, and the Seahawks of Cecil are looking to end a 2-game skid. And tune in now to DSM Plus as Parkside is facing Y-High on the basketball court. And then at 7 p.m., Cape Wrestling is hosting DE Military Academy and Polytech on the wrestling mat. That'll do it for sports. Have a great night.
Start the new year by adding value and function to your kitchen.
No cabinet tear-out needed.
With Paul Davis, skip the hassle of a full remodel and get your dream kitchen now.
We reface your cabinets with 5 layers of high-quality hardwood and your choice of color.
That's new doors, drawers, and hardware, all for half the cost of a full remodel.
Completed in as little as 3 days.
Right now, get half off labor, a free microwave, and pay as little as $100 per month. Call now to beat the spring rush.
Paul Davis Restoration and Home Remodeling.
Weather brought to you by Paul Davis Restoration, your storm damage experts, here to help now.
When your floor starts showing signs of wear and tear from all the fun and games, Carpet and Tile Mart makes it easy to afford and install new flooring within a week. Carpet and Tile Mart, available, affordable, at your service.
When choosing a granite countertop, choose one for real life and beauty. No matter what life throws at them, they'll look beautiful forever. Ancient Art Stone invites you to discover the affordability of granite and upgrade your home to the beautiful works of art from Ancient Art Stone. Centrally located in Milford, Delaware, serving all of Delmarva to make your dreams a reality. Visit us and allow our devoted professionals to craft, fabricate, and install a superior finished product that will transform your home into a work of art.
At Cabinet Discounters, we truly love what we do. Transforming kitchens, bathrooms, basements, any room. Creating new ways to help you achieve your vision. And all within your budget. Plus, we've got big news. We're excited to announce our new location in Frankfort at the Banks Plaza Shopping Center. Plus, you'll get the same great quality and great price. Get inspired at our new showroom in the Banks Plaza Shopping Center in Frankfort. Learn more at CabinetDiscounters.com.
Cabinet Discounters. Great quality, great price.
L&W Insurance, your partners in protection since 1932. As one of Delaware's largest independent insurance agencies, we are committed to meeting all of your insurance needs.
Citadel Concepts and L&W have formed a great relationship. We've been trusting them for over 10 years.
At L&W Insurance, we aim to be your trusted business partner. As a local, I care about providing your employees with comprehensive benefits and insurance protection. For all your commercial and personal insurance needs, trust L&W to be your partner in protection.
The New Year's sale continues at Carpet and Tile Mart. Schedule your free professional in-home measurement at carpetmart.com today and get free carpet installation with your purchase. Visit your nearest Carpet and Tile Mart Flooring Supercenter today.
For 150 years, Ocean City, Maryland has been somewhere to smile about. From our beautiful beaches to our iconic boardwalk, we've been creating memories that last a lifetime, whether you're chasing the perfect wave, a hole-in-one, or a sunset stroll. Celebrate our 150th anniversary with 150 days of celebrations, special events, and deals all year long. Book now and save in 2025 at ococean.com/150. Ocean City, Maryland, somewhere to smile about.
WRDE First Alert Weather, brought to you by Ocean City, Maryland.
Here's a look at your 10-day forecast. Big time cold for next Monday and Tuesday, single-digit category.
All right, Paul, thank you, and thanhanks for joining us here for Coast TV News at 6.
For more news, for more local weather, download our Coast TV News app.
The NBC Nightly News is up next.
And of course, we'll see you tonight for Coast TV News at 11. Have a great evening.